Hello YouTube and welcome back to Ali's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States in a little place called Belfair, Washington, Western Washington that is. Welcome to my channel. So I am currently working on my June 2023's paper pumpkin kit. It is called Welcome In. This is alternative video, not 19. I always tend to, there is always something going on here. So I am doing a pinwheel / tower card. They're thinking of different things I could show you to do. So this is the little flyer ad that came in the paper pumpkin kit advertising for July's paper pumpkin called Fun in the Sun. This is what the instruction sheet looks like for this kit. You open it up and it's got visually instructions on how you need to do the projects they designed. Y'all know, if you've seen my channel before, I do my own thing. So that's kind of where we are with that. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm not going to go over everything you get in the kit. I did that at the beginning for 5 or 6 videos. So these are basic measurements because the pieces I am using are literally bits and pieces that are left over. Okay, so bear with me on that. So I made a sample so I could show you. This is in what is not quite navy. I just wanted to make sure I had everything right again. I made like, I think 40-50 of these cards years and years ago. Probably at least 4 or 5 years ago for Christmas. I mean, and there was so much work and each panel was different. So it can be as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. It does fold up flat like so. It goes in an envelope, just a regular envelope. This of course is for the A2 American Standard cards. So what will you need? By the way, we are using Misty Moonlight, or at least I am. Okay, so here's my little template I made, making sure I had it all together. Now there are different ways of doing this. You basically just need what I would consider a square, like so, that can go this way to fold up flat. I've seen people do that where they just do this little piece and then glue all the panels on. I like to have it connected. That's just my preference. So let's go over. We're going to score it together. So you will need to cut one that is 4 1/4 by 4. Yes. Okay, making sure. 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. This is our base piece that we are going to start with. We're going to score on that. Then out of the same colored cardstock, I had this crazy idea of making it different colors, and I'm like, oh no, it may not work out. So I stuck with the solid card base colors. Cut 3 that are 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and there's our 3 panels there. Now the next basic measurements, I have 2 to show you. So you would, if you're just going to do basic, not piecing things together like I have, you would cut 4 pieces of DSP to 2 1/2 by 4. You can see how that layers nicely. Then you would need to cut, I'm gonna need to shut my door. My son's dog is howling like an idiot. My grandson has him going in there. So then 4. Okay, so you have each one of these panels. Let me show you. This is where your DSP would go, and then your second piece of DSP would go like that. That's the basics. This would be cut for at 2 by 4 because you have 4 panels to cover in there. So we are going to put these back on my magnetic board, and you're going to see the bits and pieces that I have used. Oh, that little dog has every dog in the neighborhood going off. And of course, it's right during a video, and I can't do anything about that. So I have lots of stuff. You want to see? I'll scooch over here. Let's see. I have little piles of, I stamped and punched 4 sets of 3 flowers. And all I did was, this is dark Calypso coral. Then I stamped it a second time, stamped, and I die cut that out. I did the same thing with Daffodil Delight, dark and light. And then I used a little bit of Old Olive, a scrap piece in here. That one needs to go up there. So I have 4 little piles. I have 4 vases that I cut out of. 3 are out of envelopes. 1 is out of a card base that I had a piece left. So we're going to use all 4 of those. These are the white ones. I may not use those. This is a piece of DSP, just a scrap that I did some Night of Navy in case I wanted to use it. And I have my little bits and pieces in here in case we need them. So, and I have some stamps. Now, I did sentiments prior to this. Where is it? These were special moments. These were a celebration item at one time. But I chose, not that one. I chose anything that could fit on this particular block that I could cut down. This is a B block. So I just chose out of their bits that would fit on that block for me to use for this project. So let's get back. Let's see, hopefully we get back where we need to be here. Let's get on with it. So put that clip away. We do need to score. So you can use your score tool. You can use whatever it is you would like to use. I like using this. It's quick, it's convenient. I don't have to dig too deep. So templates right here to tell us where we're going. Oops. And my little track here gets little bits of paper in there, and I take a toothbrush that I use for other things also, but I keep it handy to just brush those out of the way. So handy dandy toothbrush, yes. So we're going to start at a 1/2 inch, and we're going to score 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go to 1 inch. If you haven't figured out, we're scoring every 1/2 inch. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to 1 1/2 now. 1, 2, and 3, and 2. That was probably 4, huh? Let's see. 1, 2, and 3. Up and down. So there we have our 4 score lines. So I'm going to start and crease, fold, crease it really well because you want this to fold nicely. I think I just did that one. If not, we'll do it again, and the last one. Now you could use score tape right like that and put it on there. I didn't on my one, but let's go ahead. We got score tape in the kit. One more thing I guess you can say we're using from the kit, if I can find the end. You can use wet glue. I've done that. Doesn't bother me, but if I can't get this open, we will be using that. So you see how it curls in like so? That's what we're doing, guys. Show you how. So I like to do it like this, fold this little piece inwards, and I'm going to take this score tape and I'm going to go down the middle because I am also going to add wet glue on top of this, just because I like to. So we're going to go over that really well. We want that adhered down nicely. pick that up. And I'm going to add some glue to the edge around just to make sure. And we're going to add a little bit down the middle just for good measure. Why not? Can't hurt it any. So now 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. Bring it back to the 2. Fold it like this. Fold this on top of itself. And go over it really well. You can see I got some glue there. That's all right. Get a little towel. So we have that one done. Now I'm going to fold it this way. Oh, my grandson. And that little dog. So there we have our little square. And this piece now measures 2 1/4, but on this side it measures 2 3/4 as far as the surface goes, because here there's a 1/2 inch that is occupied. So it is easier, believe it or not, to decorate your other panels, and then, at least I find it, for one part of them, it's easier for me to decorate the panels and then put them on. So we're going to start with the 2 3/4 panels, and then we'll work from there. So I have my one set because I can let me show you what I'm doing here. All right, so my large piece of DSP is going to go on this one. Then I have its coordinating part to go on that side. So I am starting just with the DSP. This one is going to wait its turn. So do I do, let me see. I got to make sure we're having this one, this one. I'm going to just do these big ones and get their main pieces on it before I go into the rest. I need some glue in the middle. I think I'm overthinking this right now. All right, so there's one piece. This is the piece I just showed you. I'm going to keep those up there. This piece I think I'm going to put on the panel that is attached to the core of the card. Okay, so now we are going to start assembling it. These are going to be on the right, the other ones are going to be on the left. Or if you turn it, I guess this way you could turn it, but that's just the way it is. So I'm going to add glue here. Could add score tape. Glue will work. It just needs a little more time to dry. Oops, I didn't mean to do that at all. Don't know what I was thinking. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wipe that off. So here we go. This one is going to get lined up like so. In fact, I will tell you, do you remember the bedazzling DSP that came out for Celebration? I used my sprig punch with that so much, I broke it. So there's 2 panels. Now I need my other pieces here. So here's the one for this one. That's going to go over there with that. And look, you can see how I'm using literally strips and bits and pieces. This piece here is 2 3/4. This is a 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. This is a piece of an envelope, which is, 5/8 of an inch by 4 and something, which I think this one we have to trim down. And this is a 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. We may have to trim both those down. So we are going to put this little strip at the very bottom. And I do mean I am using bits and pieces to make this card. So there's that. Yeah, we're going to have to trim that down, but that's all right. So I know we can go at least a 1/2 inch. Because this is like 5/8 of an inch. All right, we're going to snip that off real quick. Yes, this one is going to take some time. I can already tell you that. It's a lot of stuff to put on this card. It was a lot of work just getting it, just die cutting it all out. So I'm going to add some glue on that strip and add my 1/2 inch piece like so. Looks like I'm going to need to trim the bottom as well. I think it's not quite where I want it. All right, so there's this panel, and I'm thinking this one now needs to go like so. It does, just because of how that one's going to go the opposite direction. So we're going to glue this one down. I got a goober stuck in there. Come on out. It's a lot of glue. A little bit much. That's okay. Maneuver it in its rightful place. Then we have a section here for it to go onto. All right, so there's that one. So you can see our 3 large panels. Now our last one, more bits and pieces here, everybody. This is for the opposite side. That's why it's easier to do it like this with everything I've done here. So, these ones, I did have a guide to do this. You guys ready for this? All right, because I literally am piecing these things to where I want them. So I'm going to bring in my guillotine. I'm going to stick that right there. Don't need that one. And this is going to meet it right at 4, but this needs to go the reverse way. All right, now I'm going to stick a piece of tape on the back of this. Oops. Just like that. And now it is together, and I can glue it onto my panel. I was determined just to use bits and pieces, and that's all this is. Gonna need to wiggle it up a little bit. It's like, no, you can't wiggle me. Yes, I will make you go where I want you to. You will work for me, not against me. With me and not against me. There we go. This little white piece, we're going to stamp some, we're going to stamp on it. Where is my stamp? Oh, yes. Here we go. We are going to stamp in Misty Moonlight. Let's bring in that stamp in Pierce Matte. I have a little bit that I can use that's not too badly covered in ink. So I think, do I want it full strength or, I really like it lighter. So we're going to ink it up, stamp it off, and then I'm going to come in, not sure exactly what I'm putting on here. So we're just going to stamp the whole thing because it is light. We're just adding a little bit more. We could have done Calypso Coral, but I think the Misty Moonlight will do very, very nicely. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to take Night of Navy because it's sitting here and go around the edge. Move that up there and glue this down. Oh, really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. I want my leaves going up. So that's our fourth large panel for our card, which is going to go right here. So I'm going to add the glue. Line it up. Give it a minute. Okay, so you see our panels. Now we have to do this side. So, oh, maybe I didn't give it enough glue or time to sit there. Let's try that again. And we're going to let it sit. Actually going to put a clip on this. Let all that sit for a minute while we stamp and work on the coordinating piece to this one, which is going to go here. So we need this. Do you see the little coordinating piece? It's so cute. All right, so this we need to stamp on, and we're going to do the same thing, Misty Moonlight. We're going to stamp off, stamp half, stamp off, and stamp half. I don't need to worry. You could stamp sentiments on it, but like I said, I already have those done, so we're just doing a little bit more. I am going to add this to its counterpart. Oh, have to. That is not going to work without. I got glue on the other side, so we have to be careful. Works better when you have fingers behind it. Give it some stability, but we will make it work. All right. If you guys really want all the little scrap measurements of this, let me know. Contact me. I'll give them to you. No problem. It's just, this is really just bits and pieces that I am piecing together. Now we're going to use the guillotine again as our guide. And we want that one on the back of it. This one on the back. 4 and for. And where's Frog? Mr. Frog, that is. Okay. Now, since we have this one at the top, this one's going at the bottom, just like that. So I'm going to scoot my clips over. That's also going to help them stay flat. If you're wondering where I got those clips, my daughter got them for me at the dollar store. They work great. I love them. So there is our opposite panel. Okay, so that one's that one. Now we're going to flip it over, making sure, okay, I've got everything going the same way. This little panel now is going to be just that piece of DSP, and I'm going to add a little border like so. Or I could go, wasn't sure which way I wanted it to go. I really like this. So we are going to add this one, this side down. Just want the opposite side. Then we're going to open her up and complete the others. This little strip is just going to get a tiny little bead of glue. All right. So now I'm going to open her up this way. Use my little clips here, and I'm going to do this panel. I guess we could have done some stamping on this one too, but we're not going to because we didn't. So this piece is 2x4 again, same as a piece of DSP would be. We're going to start with that 1/2 inch strip, which is going to need to get cut down a bit, I think. Just scraps I have. Yes, we want the glue scissors. We don't want that glue on our nice snips that were a wonderful gift. Thank you. So next we have this piece, which needs to go, am I doing it thinner or the whole thing? Okay, this little piece, we're going to cut that in half, right in the seam where, because this was a card base. I am going to use that edge as a guide, so it's roughly going to be 1/4 inch. The reason being, this is, this little strip is 3/16, yes, 3/16 of an inch. So I'm going to add glue right here. This was from an envelope. The measurements are just a little different from the other one because it's a skinnier piece of paper, that's all. Looks like I took a little of the top off. Now this piece is going to go back on there. So I'm going to add that little strip of glue. A lot of work for one little card, but hey, it's worth it. It is very unique, different, one-of-a-kind piece made with bits and pieces. So this one, do you see what I've done? That and this. So this one's going in its place, and then we're going to get to our last piece and do the decorating. So there we have it. We're going to open her up one final time. That way, this one is the one we have not done. And this is just a strip of Calypso Coral and a little piece that was cut off that piece. So I'm going to go ahead, use this right along the very, very edge. And now we're going to glue this down. Now we can decorate. Okay, fun time. All right, so we have am I doing both of those? I don't think so. No, I have one for each. Let's see. Let's start with the blue one. I don't know why, but that's where my head is going. So I'm going to start with the blue. A little high for me, which now has ink on it, so we're going to have to restamp that. That sucks. Sorry, but it does. A little high from me. A little, making sure I have the right one. Just a little high from me. It's okay. Misty Moonlight is still out. There we have it. Now, let's see. I am not putting any dimensionals on this. This card is thick enough as it is. Oh, I was going to back this. Yes, I was. I have all these bits and pieces left, guys. So, let's see. Nope, that's, I want, bring in my box here. I want this one. So we're going to back this like so. And then I'm going to roughly cut it and then put it on my guillotine. Just eyeballing it, everybody. No, let's do it this way first. Cut a straight line. And what else? It needs a little more on that side. All right, so we have just a little, oh, that is so off. That is not good at all. Okay, we need to trim it down a little bit more. And a little bit like a hair. Okay, I'm good with that. Now let's get some punches here. We are going to use, did I put it back in its box for my event? Yes. And I forgot to grab the sprig. And we have some Misty Moonlight ribbon. We're going to use some bits and pieces of everything. So let's grab, oh, I know I have bits in here. Do we want Calypso Coral? Yes, we're going to do, no, not for this piece. What is that? We can use this. We're going to do, this is actually, I think, a piece of what use, well, Seaside Spray. It was my last piece, I think that is. But it's going to look, well, it might be boho blue. We're going to add this to here and this one to here. We're going to sponge around this just to give it a little, we're even going to go right on top of the white, a little more definition. These are going to get glued down. So, you guys, I know we'll be like, I just want to see the end of this card. Sorry, this sometimes, you know, cards do take time to create, and I couldn't have done this one. I was like, could I do some of these panels? But they're all each different, so I'm doing the best I can. And just like that, I guess we will, if I put dimensionals on each and every one of these, it will be way too thick. So no, we're going to glue it straight down. Just trying to add a little bit of interest to each one. This one is getting a flower pot, and my little flowers I made. Let's grab a little section of them. We could add a little greenery, so a little sprig of old olive would work really nicely. Let's see if I have a scrap piece. I do. So this is that sprig punch that I broke my original one, had to get another. A friend actually gave me this one, so I was so thankful because I was like, are you kidding me what I did? So this one's going to have that little sprig of green in there. So we know we want it right there. We are going to sponge around that base, the flower vase. So let's put that there. This is going to get a little bit, see how well this ink is going to go. It needs just a little definition around the edges, a lot at the bottom, and a lot at the top. Now it's going to, oh, now it will stick out. So now we're going to add this onto here. And then we have our little pieces to add some more greenery. Oh, maybe, we'll see. Have to get these little flowers on there somehow. So we're going to add that one. Yep. Just going to layer them up in there. That one. This one. And the yellow. Then we're going to figure out where the other little leaves are. And I'm only doing a little bit because I'm probably going to have to tack some of these little green bits in and around them. So a little bit on the back there. That's what I'm saying. We have to add little bits in around to fill in our flower vase. And this one's going to go on the outside. So there's one. Let's flip the page. Hopefully that stays down enough. Flip the page. Okay. This one is going to get, what did this one say? Just a little high for me. This is going to have, I have something for you. And what scrap fit do we have? We're going to stick with this again. And guillotine time. As guys, I just can't cut a straight line to save my life. You know what? I don't think, do we need, I'm wondering if I just add, no. We do need to back these. I should have backed these already. I apologize, but can't, everything. So this one is 1 1/4 by 3/8. So let's see, if it's 1 1/4, we'll do 1 1/2. And if it's 3/8, it needs to be 1 inch. We're not going to sponge on this one. We don't need to, I don't think. We're going to hold to the same thing and do, I would like some Night of Navy branches on this one though, not Misty Moonlight. We could stamp. That's what we'll do. We're going to stamp. Where's our stamp in Misty Moonlight? Should have thought of this before. We're going to see how this works. So we're going to stamp this like so. Right there. That works. Glue this down. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm having technical difficulties, everybody, with my card. I need to trim it down because I didn't get a decent cut. So all of my edges now have to go down further. Nope, more. Sometimes you just have to roll with the way things are, and this is one of those times for me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, how am I doing this to myself? Okay, we'll do. We'll go to the next one. I can't believe that I couldn't get that done. All right, so this is 3/4 of an inch by 1 1/4, and I don't know why. So 3/4 of an inch would make it 1 inch. Was it like crooked to begin with? I don't know. I need a straight edge for 1 inch. So there's one. We'll just go to the next one, right? I don't know why, but that looks so crooked to me. All right, I'm gonna hopefully get this. Pop that on there. Now it's better. I'll just have to restamp that one at the last minute. So that's going here. Now we got to do our flower vase. So we need a sprig. I don't know where it went to. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're gonna need 4 of these, so might as well get them out of the way. So we're gonna have that up there. No sponging on these, but let's get this glued down. If you wonder why I flip things over, I don't know. Sometimes I just can't help myself. I just do. So I need another little set of trio here. Same thing, we're going to start just in the center. I'm not even sure if we need the other leaves right now. but we will see what we can do with them. I mean, I did all that work. We might as well use them, right? Or at least some of them. This one I want to put, oh, don't know how that happened, but that's okay. I only wanted that little tip anyways. All right, so next is our pot here. So 2 more to go, folks. 2 more to go. So we need a little bit more blue for a sentiment, because this one says, I have something for you. This one says, you're holding it. This one could get that bit of ribbon behind it, but I don't think so. We could do this. You're holding it. We're going to do the flower pot on this side. You're holding it up there. And oh, I don't even need that because we're not going to put any flowers on this one. We're going to sponge this. I'm going to use those the DSP leaves I cut out. So here's this. Our flower vase, we're going to go ahead and sponge. Just slightly. That's going to go right there. And then you pick up all these. Look at all those. So we are just going to add a little hint of these here. And there. Don't need to do a whole lot more. And our last one, we need that little wonder. Let me glue this back together, guys. And then I'm gonna cut it. Let's see, maybe I can get it more centered this time. No, I can't use that. I cannot use that. We have to get a new piece. Just because it isn't going to be, let's say, which one was that again? This is the one that's mounted on the block. Just a little hello. Nope, we used that one. I tore it up and now I don't remember what it said. So you're holding it. I have something for you. Just a little hello. And this one must be the thing I find about you. The thing I like about you is everything. We're going to stamp Misty Moonlight. And then, which one is this one? This one is the one we're working with. We're going to go ahead and do it on this piece. Let's cut this down. I tried so hard to have it all done so I didn't have to do all this. I want them small little bits. There's that. A little trim down here. So 3/4 of an inch. So 1 inch. And this is 1 1/4. So 1 1/2. Now I'm wondering, do we stamp on there? What do I do? Where's my flower vase? Is going on this side. Yes. So this one is getting its flower vase, just like so. And I think we're going to cut this one so we don't have to do all those little green leaves. We're going to use this one in the middle instead, bringing it down a little. And then we can pop our little flowers, hopefully here. Did that one have? Like, I have extra flowers. I don't understand. Okay, so we have this one, and we have our little flowers. We're going to do that way. Where's my other? We want the dark daffodil delight. Right there. The Calypso Coral, the dark one. We're going to pop that up there. And there's my light Calypso Coral. Yeah, we're going to pop that one way up there. And I guess I'm still going to do these little greeny bits here. Because this one looks like it needs just a little bit more greenery coming out of the edge. Thank you for not getting glue everywhere. So like so. I'm gonna do this one going the opposite direction. Oh, that won't work, so it's gonna have to go there. And one more. Just to extend that up, pop this down. It's like making 8 different card fronts, I'm telling you. A lot of work on this card. So we have the Night of Navy bits, which we could do. Oh, okay. We could just come up. We're gonna do that. How many do I have? 2. Nope, we're gonna come like so. What if I did? Oh, that's what we're doing. We're gonna use what's already got punched out. So there's one, this one, oh boy, this is really taking a long time. I don't blame y'all for fast forwarding to the end of this card. I would too. So be my guest. So there's that one. We're gonna stick this way and this one down this way. So we're gonna just adhere it to here. But it is fun just to sit here and play and create something different. So some blue there. Pop this one in there. We're going to add these little ones just because we can. A little bit more on there. And then we have a couple of more little flowers. Oh, yes. We're going to use the yellow one though. And for those of you who have hung with me for this card, thank you. Not just like, this lady's crazy. She has gone way too overboard for a card. Yes, and I don't do many videos that are this long. So I will add some rhinestones and some bling to it, but I want you to take a look at it. So I have something for you. You're holding it. The thing I like about you is everything that just needs to stay down, and just a little high from me, a beautiful, beautiful little artwork piece of a card. A lot of work went into this, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do apologize for the length. I couldn't do anything about that. I did the best I could. So thank you guys for hanging with me. And please come back and visit me in my Wonderland. I still think it came out beautiful. So thanks, guys. Bye.